Welcome to Impact. No more Westerns. My name is DJ Lonely. We are here to entertain and talk. Welcome to Impact in Utrecht. And the shout out goes out to IMPAKT.
All right, my tune, talking about migration. I am the son of a African immigrant and a non-native American. For me growing up, one of the really classic sounds was West African Makossa, High Life, and Sukus. And this was one tune that got played at every function, car ride you can imagine that I've ever had. So. That's how it works.
So that music is now the real bastard of globalization, actually, because there's no border stopping music. Before, music also traveled, but then sometimes it got stuck in a little place. And people just took it up, like people did in Brazil with the baile funk, and they made it into their completely own music. I think a lot of people have heard about this Ethiopic, the way how Ethiopian musicians took over jazz and, well, 70s songs from the West, made it into something completely from their own. That came back to the West as well, and it's this critical mass in Ethiopia nightclubs in Addis and Asmara playing songs like this.
One old South African house, and if you, and I know that you are familiar with the DJ Chester and all that bullshit, listen to how funky Dutch house can be if South Africans can touch the shit.
When I say Jamaicans got cool, I really mean it, and everybody was trying to copy their swag. You know, hip hop, that was great. That's a New York kind of style beat, you know, and Jamaicans were heavy in New York, and they were mixing SEBCAT, but you can't forget about the Latinos in the mix.
There is something happening in Holland now with a bunch of DJs, Munchie, Fellow, Shaki, Afrojack. They're all great DJs, and they're hooking up to something that has been going on here. We couldn't do it in Sweden, so I'm with you. No, there's great music coming out of Holland.
Sorry, question. I'm not really a fan of it, but Hubber is really
Yes,
hard.
I love Gabber. Yes, Gabber!
More worse than that. You cannot get.
No, you're right. You're very right. I'm a huge supporter of Gabber, even though I'm an intellectual and all. And
The thing about this techno brega, it's taking a little bit of the shitty side of life and making fun out of it. So that's why I put this song by The Antwoord, which is all about Zef culture, the South African culture, which is all about burning your clothes if you're trying to show that you're rich. Therefore that song, and I don't know if you want to follow up on that one.
I'm just defeated, but I will accept my defeat with this song.
A big struggle for African artists and African people is to find our place in like the global conversation, right? And so when you have music like African hip hop, but you also have stuff that people are like, oh, Balak, that sounds crazy, weird African. That's African music. But you also have pop music coming out of Africa. And I think that something that, as an African artist, I try to do is break down those kind of lines. And I will play one example of something that I think does that. Straight out of Kenya.
Yes!
I'll get more of that later.
Let's go! You already know the words. This one's for the ladies who want to be thugs. You're about to see why. There we go. Let's go. I want to touch y'all. Let's do this.